beyond the strobe lights of fame and right of use of the word pastor as a title is a question staring us in the face with the same guts that makes truth obsolete. Who is a pastor? And now, I know what the dictionary says and the picture society and theology has painted, but all of these are flawed explanations produced by minds sin has tainted. So let's get right back to the Bible. In the first verse of Psalms 23, David says, "The Lord is my shepherd." To me, these are the heaviest words ever in the Bible, because it translates to the task of having to lose yourself daily to the lordship of the Lord, who is a shepherd. Now, that's a discuss for another day, so before I deviate too far, let's get right back on track. So David says, "The Lord is my shepherd." And here the word shepherd is the same word translated as pastor, which in the Jewish parlance refers to one who takes care of a flock. And in our day we call him headsman. And no, I'm not talking about the Fulani headsman in Nigeria. I'm talking Bible, because while they take life, here David's talking about a shepherd who not only gives life, but is ready to give his life. And so now, if the word shepherd is also translated as pastor, it means then that a pastor is a shepherd. And to know who a pastor is, we get to the root of who a shepherd is. So let's go. Research has proven that psychologically, to a shepherd, his flock is part of his family. And even though they are animals, to him that's not an anomaly, so he loves them equally. Now, that reminds me of my pastors. Am I saying we are animals? No. Don't get me wrong. It's just an analogy. A shepherd is not ride on a high horse expecting the sheep to keep up with his pace. So he picks up a staff and walks with them at their pace. Now, I'm not talking in terms of poverty. I'm talking in terms of humility. That reminds me of my pastors. A shepherd does not stand over the ditch and scold the sheep for having fallen. Rather, he gets right down there to pull him out. And sometimes in the process, he gets some dirt on. And so a shepherd is summarized in 2 words: selfless servant. So who is a pastor? A pastor is a shepherd. More than just a shepherd, he is a called out, anointed shepherd. And most times he's awake on bended knees while you are asleep. He lives, but his life is given as a sacrifice to serve. So he lives for you. He says, "I love you," while he disciplines you when you know it's not a fluke, because you'll see it right there in his eyes. He has his ambitions, goals, and aspirations, but he spills them on the altar so he can help you achieve yours. He sells his privacy so you can have access to him with all privity. Now tell me what a privilege. No, he's not your mediator, but Paul says he's your planter and your waterer. He loves you even when you hate you, and even when you are not deserving. He taps you on the back and says, "I celebrate you." Who is a pastor? Favor and blessing Sule is my answer. What's yours?